Just give me 1 second. I hope everyone is able to see my screen right now.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we are going to start with the introduction, um, how to collect the data or introduction to data collection. So in this, we will be discussing um, like what is data collection and what are the types of data. Um, so we'll start with what is data. So in general terms, if you like whenever you say what is data, so data is nothing but the collection of information which gives you insights is called as data. So for example, um, you have um, what you can say different words, but when you need to make a sentence, then only you will be able to get some insights. So that is nothing but your data. So I'll just read out this thing first for you guys, and after that we'll discuss in more depth. So data collection is the process of gathering information from different sources. This data could be anything: sales, customer feedback, website visits, or even sensor reading. In data science, collecting data is the first step to build useful insights and models. So here you just have gone through this line that data could be anything: sales, customer feedback, website visits. So for example, just take the sales part. So when you are whenever you are selling something, there are many things included. For example, the price, the quantity, and sometimes even it depends on the location, um, like the product name, the product number. So you if you're selling one particular thing, you will be having many things. For example, if you're buying a phone, you are having the, what you can say, the mobile price, you are having the mobile size, all the details. So you will see in the upcoming slides how your data is going to be, but not here. I will be showing in the Excel file. um, Customer feedback. So for example, you are going to hotel or a restaurant to have a food, and at the end, when you are done with your food, the restaurant manager or the restaurant owner will be asking for feedback. So whenever you are giving your feedback, you are giving your you are providing your name, you are providing your proper feedback, your rating, like what time you visited, how many people were there. So these all things will be there in that customer feedback data. And so in the similar way, you will be, whenever you're going to visit any website, so how many number of clicks you have done, what time you have visited, um, like how much revenue has been generated from that, how many ads was running at that point of time, if there is any AdSense uh, already going on that or not. Sorry. Um, so before starting any project in data science, the first and foremost thing is you need to have a data, because without data you can't do anything. Um, you can't even step into the next step. So that is the very important part, and you need to consider few things while collecting the data. Um, we'll be discussing that later. So whenever someone says that you need to have data, you might be thinking like what kind of like data, how a data should be look like, or what kind of things should be in that. So as I mentioned about when I was explaining about the sales or customer feedback thing, so in the similar thing, in the similar way, now I will be discussing that the types of data where you will be having an basic understanding what kind of data is which type. So the sales and customer feedback I was talking about, that is your structured data, because you are having number of columns and you are feeling the values in the rows. So that's your structured data. Unstructured data is like you are not having anything in a structured way. For example, your images, your text, your emails, um, and there are so many other things when you are talking about the semi-structured data. So this you will be mainly encountering when you are whenever you are doing web scraping, or whenever you are mainly when you are calling the APIs. So those who don't know what is API, API is application programming interface. It's a kind of like mediator, you can say, which helps you to get data from one place to another place. Um, and whenever you're calling data, you will be having your data in the JSON format. JSON is JavaScript object notation, and that is a kind of semi-structured, because you will be having um, few things in a structured way, but not all the things. Um, so most of the time, when you are doing your normal projects for learning purpose, you will be dealing with the structured data and unstructured data. Those who are very new to the data science field, they will be dealing with the structured data at first, because it's very easy to understand how things look like and what kind of things you can do with that thing. So I'll just read out one thing first for you guys. Structured data. This is a neatly organized in rows and columns, like a table. Think of Excel sheets or database. If you might have work on Excel sheets or spreadsheets, so whenever you are creating something, whenever you are creating a table, that is your structured data. Mm, unstructured data. This doesn't follow a specific structure. It's messy. So just think of um, having multiple images or multiple videos. So whenever you are whenever you're clicking pictures, the images are getting in the form of pixels. So it's not like that is going to be structure like stored in a structure format. For example, you are clicking two or three different pictures, so the size, the pixels are going to be different, and it's very obvious. So and the third and the last one is semi-structured data. This falls in between. It's somewhat organized but not like a table. Example that includes JSON and XML files used in API and web data. I hope everyone has understood for this particular slide. If anyone hasn't, just let me know here so that I will be able to explain your doubts here itself.
It's clear, so you can move forward.
Okay, thank you. If anyone is having any problem in English, kindly let me know. It's not about the language. I can even convey the whole presentation in Hindi as well. So just let me know in which language you guys are comfortable. So moving toward the next part, what are the common data sources in the data science? Um, so for example, whenever you are going to um, like mm, start doing your projects, um, and for the beginners especially, you guys will be dealing most of the time with the CSV files, um, not even Excel files, I would say, because most of the people save their files in the form and with the extension of CSV, not with the Excel one. So here are different common data resources which you guys will be using. So first and the foremost is CSV, which is very common whenever you are talking about the static data set. So yeah, I would like to add one more point here is there are two kinds of data set you are having. First one is your dynamic data set, data, not data set, I would say. Dynamic data, another one is the static data. So whenever you are using any API, that is your dynamic data. Because for example, if you're calling any API and you're accessing that particular data, in every second or every minute or every hour, the data is going to be updated. So you will be having new data whenever you are reloading or whenever you are recalling the API. So that's your dynamic. Dynamic means which is changing as per like whenever it is getting updated, the data is getting changed. And the static one is, for example, if you have downloaded one specific data set which is on your local system and which is not connected with the internet, you just have downloaded the file and you are accessing um, the file on your notebook or in your Google Colab, and you started working on it. So the data which you are having is not going to change at any point of time. So that's a static data. Um, so again, I'll just read out these things. CSV file commonly used for storing tabular data. Excel file like CSVs but support multiple sheets. Database like MySQL or SQLite where large amount of data are stored. Um, yeah, even whenever you are accessing data from your database with the help of MySQL or SQLite, that is also comes under the um, this one dynamic data. APIs, these allow you to get real-time data from web services like weather data, web scraping, collecting data from websites automatically. Now moving towards the um, um, next slide, which is where you will be seeing how to load a data set um, in Python notebook. So I'll not just like explain this thing here. I'll just go to the Google Colab. So first and foremost is I'll just write down the comments also so that you can understand. And here we are going to import pandas as PD. Um, so the reason of writing pandas, that is a library in Python, which is used for data manipulation. Um, and as PD means you are creating an alias of PD, like of pandas as PD. So whenever you are going to access this library, you won't write pandas, you will just write PD and you will be able to access the particular library. So what I'll do is I'll just import this library by pressing Control and Enter. So now you can see that it's just running, and yeah, so now the library has been imported. um, I'll just go to the slide to show you. Here we are going to see that how to load the CSV file, mm, using using the pandas library of Python. So as I have already loaded the library, now I'm going to load the data set. So in the last session, we have gone through variables where we will be storing our values. So in this, I'm creating a variable which is df, um, you can say data frame, and I'm just going to use the pandas function which is pd dot read csv. Now, I, as this is notebook, so I have to load the data from my files. Now this is the date. The reason of loading. Just sorry, just give me 1 second. The reason of loading um, the data set in the collab is to access here, because this is a virtual system, and this is not going to consider, like, this is not going to access your files straight away from your computer. So you have to load the data in the virtual system, and after that you can access. So uh, I have assigned a variable. I have used the alias which I have created also panda as PD. Then I have accessed one function which is read underscore CSV. Now I'm going to write the name of my data set, or the file you can say, and I have written the this particular name, the data, followed by I will be writing the extension, so CSV. Now if I'll run this, this is like the code has run. Now if I will show you, I'll just call the variable and you will be able to see the data set here. I hope so. I hope everyone can see that whatever I'm doing. And are able to understand. I hope everyone is able to understand. Can anyone respond?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Um, as I don't have any data in the Excel file or on the database, so I won't be able to show you in practical. But I'll try to make sure that in the next session you guys will be able to do that as well with me. Um, Now I'll try to show you other functions, but before that I'll just move towards the presentation. Mm, So what we have learned here is how to load data in Python using the pandas library. Mm, so this particular thing I will be discussing later, um, and will be you guys will be learning as well. Now moving towards the next slide, which is the practical implementation we have done already, so there's no use. What now moving towards the next topic, which is basic data exploration. So after loading data, you have to do like few exploration or basic data explorations by which you will be able to understand about your data set. So what I'll do is I'll just move towards the um, Python notebook, and I will be showing you that on the notebook itself instead of just explaining all the things on PPT. Um, and I will be sharing the PPT with you guys after the session is done. So as we have already accessed this one, um, so now I'll just write head, and I won't mention anything. This is the head function, and what you guys will be able to see is the first 5 rows. Yeah. So whenever you are using the head function in Python, which is a basic data exploration part, where the reason of doing is to see that like um, how many top 5 rows you are having. And if you will do the df dot tail, like if you'll use the df dot tail function, you will be able to see the last 5 rows. So I'll just write comments over there. Now if you want to see first 50, or I'll just show you. Just give me 1 second. So again, you just have to write data dot 10. So what you will be able to see is you can see first 10 10 like rows. If you will just change the number first 30, and in the similar way, if you are doing with the tail, you will be able to see last 30 rows. I'll just write both of the codes here itself. This is just to show you that how it works. Apart from that, there is not much thing to learn here. Now we'll move towards uh, the next data exploration thing, where you will be seeing like if you want to see what are the data types of your columns and how many non-null values are having. Sorry for this. How many non-null values you are having. So what we are going to do is we'll just access our data, and we'll just write info. Yeah. So when you will write info, you will be able to see mm, mm, the columns and their data types. Yeah, even the non-null values. Like, so here you can see your user ID is your int data is of int data type. Your gender is your object data type. Your age is your int data type. Estimated salary is int data type. Purchase salary is of uh, int data type. The reason you can see that your gender is of object data type is because here you are having categorical value. So the reason of selecting this specific data set um, mm, is to show you like how to do one-hot encoding, which you will be seeing later in this session. Um, and yeah, so I will tell you one more thing, but not now. That to later as well. So this is where you can see what all informations are there. Now, if you, for example, um, whenever if you are loading your data set, just like calling by the variable, so you will be able to see the number of rows and columns. Yeah, but for example, if you need to like check this, give me 1 second. Just by writing the code, so what you can write is df dot shape and just run it. So you will be able to see you are having 400 rows and 5 columns. Is that make sense to everyone?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
yes.
Yeah. So now, um, what we are going to do is we are going to check the the um, like the descriptive statistics. So for that, what we'll write is we'll just write df dot describe, and you will just run this as well. So here you can see you are having your user ID, you are having your age, estimated salary, and purchase. So the reason you can see this going to be in the exponential function, so you can see this is in the very long format. Um, like it's in how many? Yeah, so the like after implementing the formulas and getting this, here is like the things. So descriptive statistics, special like whenever you are using the describe function, it will tell you what is the minimum value, what is the maximum value, what is your 25 percentile, what is your 50 percentile, and what is your 75 percentile. 25 percentile means it's not percentage, this is percentile. So like for this particular thing, when you will do the box plot, whenever you will plot the box plot, you will be able to understand in a very detailed manner, because this the representation of this in terms of visualization is the box plot. You will be able to see each and everything. So this is your standard deviation, this is your mean, and this is the count. Like, so everything is 400 because you are having in total 400 values. um Here the mean has been calculated for each one of them. Similarly, the standard deviation followed by what is the minimum value of, like what, here by seeing this, you can to say that the minimum age is 18, the maximum age is 60, the mean like average age is 37.65. If someone is asking what is the like average salary, so you can say 69,742. What is the minimum salary? That is 15,000. What is the maximum salary? It's 1 lakh 50,000. If someone asked what was the minimum purchase, so zero. What was the maximum purchase? That was one. Yeah, because that is just one and zeros. And you can see one more thing here, as as your gender was of object data type, you haven't got anything from gender, because whenever you are doing descriptive statistic, whenever you was using the descriptive statistic function, most of the time, like all the time, you will be getting only the results of only those who are having float or int data type, not of this one like object. Does that make sense? So
Yeah, yeah.
okay. So now I'll just show you to how you can check what all is there any null values or not. So what you will write is null dot sum. So if you will just use this df.isNull function, it will give you like in the boolean one. But when you will write isNull sum, so you will be getting the values in numbers. So here you can see that you don't have any null values in your data set. Um, and whenever you are having any null values, or whenever you are having any like um, any values, what you can do is you can drop that by writing this particular function. So yeah, so there was no null values over there, so there was no use of using this particular function. But just to show you that even you can use this thing. There is one more thing. I'll just move toward the uh, sl- slide for a bit to show you where we are right now. So we have um, we have done this part as well, which was like, yeah. Oh, sorry for this. I didn't mention this particular thing. So whenever you are doing this thing, so what you are doing is you are removing the null values from your data set so that you can have a kind of clean data set. But not all the time you can do this practice. Sometimes what happens is, if you are removing all the null values, might be the result or the analysis you are going to do will not be a good one, or the results you are going to have is not going to give you any good insights. So you have to be very careful when you are doing, or whenever you are removing the missing values. So there are two things. First thing is you can remove all the missing values or the null values, or whenever missing value means you are not having on anything on that particular cell or on that number, like on that particular row. For example, if I'll just take you to this data set, so you are having your user ID, you are having gender male, you are having age this. But for instance, just think you are having this user ID, you are having this male gender, and you are not having age, but you are having salary and you are having purchase. So this is your missing value. Yeah. So whenever you are having one, two, or sometimes if your data is very big, if you're having like very less in number, then if you're doing if you're removing the missing values, then it's absolutely fine. But when you are like when you are having huge amount of missing values or null values, then what you have to do is you have to um, like do a few techniques. You have to use few techniques, um, and one of them is called as the imputation. So mm, yeah, so here you can see in this particular slide, handling missing values. Missing values are common in data set. You can deal with them in two ways. First, by removing them. Second is fill missing values with a placeholder, like the mean or median. There is one more mode one, but that is used very like in rare conditions. Most of the time, you will be using mean and median. So I'll just explain you what is the use of mean and median one, and after that we'll move towards the next this one you can say the slides. I hope you guys are learning things here. If you are feeling anything or if you're not feeling good, just let me know about the session, please. That's a request from my side. I hope everyone is able to understand whatever I have delivered till now. So um, when this particular thing I will be discussing here because I don't have the data set with me, which one is which is having missing values. But I will be sharing the data set with you guys by tomorrow night so that you can practice by your own. So I'll just tell you when you like what all things you need to consider whenever you are using mean or median. So the first and foremost thing is m- the mean is mainly used for the continuous data. Continuous data means mm, the numbers which are keep on increasing. I hope you know the difference between the discrete one and this what you can say this one continuous variable. Can anyone tell me what is the difference between discrete and continuous?
सर कॉन्टिन्यूस में तो वो डेटा डेसिमल में होता है और डिस्क्रीट में स्टैटिक डेटा होता है.
Okay, no problem. So, when you are saying that discrete is in decimal, um,
नो
like
आई मीन टू
what
से
kind
कि
of
कॉन्टिन्यूस
like,
डेटा जो है ना
mm-hmm,
डिस्क्रीट में स्टैटिक डेटा होता है. जो
static
कॉन्टिन्यूस
data?
डेटा
Okay.
है वो उसमें डेसिमल वाला मतलब डेटा होता है, थोड़ा पॉइंट्स में डेटा होता है.
Mm-hmm. तो कैटेगोरिकल डेटा भी स्टैटिक डेटा होता है.
यस,
Okay. Yeah.
और वो डिस्क्रीट में आएगा.
Thank you. कैटेगोरिकल डिस्क्रीट में आता है. Yeah. So
सर अगर वो
discrete
ये
data.
एग्जाम्पल
Yes, please say.
नहीं सर आप कंटिन्यू करें.
सर
Okay, no
डिस्क्रीट
problem.
डाटा काउंटेबल फॉर्म में होता है और कॉन्टिन्यूस डाटा जो है वो स्पेसिफिक रेंज में होता है, उसके दरमियान में कोई भी वैल्यूज हो सकती है सर.
और सर अगर वो रेंज में है तो फिर वो हमारे पास कैटेगरिकल तो नहीं हो सकता ना.
तो कैटेगोरिकल डेटा मतलब डिस्क्रीट नहीं होता है.
आई थिंक डिस्क्रीट होता है, कॉन्टिन्यूस नहीं होता.
Okay. No, you are saying correct. Don't worry. So the categorical values are also comes under the discrete values. Yeah. So in this, what I was saying is how you can select this the mean and the medium one. So Um, yeah, we were discussing about the continuous data. So when your data is normally distributed, you can check this by using the histogram plot. But we haven't discussed till now, so I will be discussing that later. But you will be seeing that thing also. And so yeah, there is one more thing which I would like to address here before moving ahead, which is outliers. So outliers, for example, you are having a data in which you are having values from 1 to 99, and after that the the value should be 100. Instead of 100, the value is 1000. So your 1000 is your outlier in your particular data set. So whenever you want to deal with the outliers, you are going to use the median. Does that make sense?
सर नो समझ नहीं आई जरा बात की आपकी।
अच्छा, मैं बताता हूँ। तो जैसे क्या बोलते हैं, जैसे आपके पास एक डेटा सेट है, ओके। आप इसको ऐसे देखो कि आपके पास एक डेटा सेट है जिसमें आपके पास बहुत सारे कॉलम्स है। मैं इसे मैं आपको लाइव समझाता हूँ। तो जैसे आप मान लो कि ये परचेस कॉलम है, ठीक है। आपके पास ये जो डेटा है, इसमें ये जो परचेस्ड कॉलम है, इसमें आपके पास दो वैल्यूज हैं, 0101, ठीक है। मगर आप आपके पास ये 400 टोटल नंबर ऑफ रोज हैं, और नंबर ऑफ जैसे जब आपके पास 400 नंबर ऑफ रोज हैं, तो आप ये एग्जाम मतलब अज्यूम करो कि 399 रोज में आपको 0101 मिलेगा। बट आपका जो 400 रो है, उसमें आपको 10 20 50 100 या ऐसा कोई भी काइंड ऑफ एक वैल्यू मिल रहा है पूरे आपके डेटा सेट और दिस पर्टिकुलर कॉलम में जो परचेज है। तो आपका जो 400th वैल्यू है और जिसमें आपका 10th आ रहा है, वो कहीं पर भी हो सकता है, चाहे वो 5th पोजीशन में है, 300 पोजीशन में है, 120 पोजीशन में है। तो वो आपका एक आउटलायर है। आउटलायर मतलब एक आप बोल सकते हो कि वो इसके पूरा सराउंडिंग के ही बाहर का है। इसको और कैसे समझाऊं?
ठीक है सर, आ गई है समझ, अब आ गई है सर। ओके सर।
आ गया? ओके। तो जब भी
जी
आपको
जी सर, आ गई।
इन चीजों से डील करना होता है ना, तो आप मीडियन यूज करते हो। और जैसे ये डेटा है, इसमें आपको कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं दिखेगा क्योंकि ये नॉर्मली डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड है। नॉर्मली डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड हम इसको कैसे बता रहे हैं, मतलब अगर मैं यहाँ पर ये एक कोलैब का एक फंक्शन है, मैं आपको दिखाता हूँ इसमें। यहाँ से नहीं दिखेगा ये। नहीं नहीं, ये क्या है, ये सेपरेट कॉलम से ये ऐसा दिख रहा है इसलिए। बट अदरवाइज अगर आप जब हिस्टोग्राम प्लॉट करते हो, वो भी मैं आगे दिखाऊंगा, बट मैं अभी समझाने के लिए बता रहा हूँ कि जब भी आप अम, अगर आपके पास आउटलायर्स नहीं है तो आप मीन यूज करते हो, या आपके पास बहुत ही कम है। अगर आपको ऐसा लग रहा है कि नहीं, मेरे डेटा में बहुत ज्यादा एक स्क्यूनेस, मतलब ये होता है कि आपका डेटा एक तरफ बहुत ज्यादा क्या बोलेंगे, वर्ड याद नहीं आ रहा, बट वो एक बहुत ज्यादा एक तरफ वो वेटेड रहता है और एक तरफ बहुत कम रहता है। तो एक्चुअली तीन तरह के डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन, एक नॉर्मल होता है। यू आर हैविंग थ्री काइंड्स ऑफ डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन। फर्स्ट इज द नॉर्मल डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन, सेकंड इज द राइट स्क्यू डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन, लाइक राइट स्क्यू डेटा, and the third one is the left skewed data. So whenever you are having like skewed data, you will be using um, your median function, and whenever you are having a normal distributed one, you will be using mean one. When you want to use like the whenever you want to use the mode one, before that you need to see when like you are having discrete variables which is getting repeated any like how many times. After that you can use the mode one. So this part
ओके सर,
I won't be able
समझ आ
to
गई।
show you. Okay, no problem. This part I won't be able to like consider in this particular data set, but I'll try to make sure the code I will be sending, not in this one. Um, I'll try to find the data set where I will be implementing all these things, and I will be sharing the notebook as well in the group, which you can practice by yourself as well. And whatever problems you are having, you can just connect with me after that. So now we are moving towards this filter, sorting, and grouping. The first and the foremost is the filtering data. You might want to select only rows that match certain conditions. For example, you can filter out sales above a certain level. So I'll show you this particular thing on live, but just give me 2 seconds. I'll just get water for me. Sorry for this. So now moving towards practical implementation. Yeah, I will be showing you how you can filter. So I'll just write the code. As you can see that we are having estimated salary column. So um, I'll just check. I'll just go to the descriptive statistics place and we'll check what was the maximum. That was 1,50,000 and the minimum was 15,000, whatever, 15,000. Yeah. So highest salary. What was our data set name? It was df dot column. What was the column name? Estimated salary. And will take 75,000. Yeah. So if we are going to run this particular thing, we can just access this one and we can see what is the highest salary, how many rows we are having. Yeah. So you can see 157 people are having salary above um, 75,000. You can um, do this as well. syntax. Sorry. That's absolutely fine. No. Yeah, so here you can see that what is the mm, like how many people are having salary above 75,000. So in total 157 people are there. In the similar way, you can do others as well. Give me 2 seconds, I'm just coming back. I hope you can see my screen right now. So if in the similar way you want to see how many people are like above age of what 60, 30 will take. So what we'll do is we'll just access the I'll just explain this part again. So we are accessing the data. Now we are accessing the particular column, which is age, if I'm not wrong. Yeah. And after that, we are giving a condition, which is 30. So what we are saying is access the data. So I'll just explain in this way. ये आपका एक डेटा सेट है और ये आपके कॉलम का नाम है जो आप इस डेटा सेट से एक्सेस कर रहे हो, इस डेटा पर्टिकुलर डेटा से एक्सेस कर रहे हो। उसके बाद आप एक कंडीशन दे रहे हो कि जो भी डेटा 30 से ऊपर है आप उसको चाहते हो कि आप उस इस पर्टिकुलर वेरिएबल में स्टोर करवाओ। अब मैं क्या कर रहा हूँ, इसको मैं एक्सेस के यहाँ पे बस कॉपी पेस्ट किया।
अब मैं इसको रन करता हूँ तो आप लोग यहाँ पर देख पाओगे कि जो भी एज 30, जितना भी डेटा 30 से ऊपर है, फॉर एग्जाम्पल द नंबर ऑफ पीपल आर द नंबर ऑफ पीपल who are the who are above the age of 30, you will be able to see in this particular format, and the number of people are 289. So this is called filtering. You are like doing, you are just trying to access, not access, you are giving certain conditions to get the specific data by providing certain conditions. I hope this is clear to you guys. Now we are moving towards the next thing, which is sorting the data. In this, what you will be doing is you will give two things, the order, and you will provide like by what you want to like do the short thing, yeah, like how you want to sort the data. So I will sort according to age. So age sort. Now again I'm accessing the data. What is my data? I'll just write the short dot, like I'll access my data for data frame first, followed by I'll use the dot function to access the function which is short underscore values. What I'm going to do is यहाँ पर मैं एक पैरामीटर यूज कर रहा हूँ जो है बाई। उसके बाद मैं क्या कर रहा हूँ, यहाँ पर अपने कॉलम का नाम दे रहा हूँ जिस मतलब जिसके अकॉर्डिंग मेरे को शॉर्ट करना है, ठीक है। तो अब यहाँ पर मैं असेंडिंग दिया और फॉल्स दिया, ठीक है। अब अगर हम इसको रन करके देखते हैं, सॉरी, तो अब आप लोग यहाँ पर ये देख पाएंगे कि ये पूरा डिसेंडिंग ऑर्डर में अरेंज हुआ है। डिसेंडिंग क्या होता है? बड़े से छोटा, ठीक है। तो बड़ा नंबर यहाँ 60 है और छोटा नंबर 18 है। हम ये चीज़ किस पे देखे हैं? हमारे डिस्क्रिप्टिव स्टैटिस्टिक्स में, जब हम डिस्क्राइब फंक्शन यूज़ किए थे तो हमको वहाँ पता चला था कि हमारा वैल्यू जो है, मिनिमम एज है 18 और मैक्सिमम एज है 16। अगर आप इसको सैलरी के अकॉर्डिंग करना चाहते हैं तो आप यहाँ ऐसे देख सकते हैं, एस्टिमेटेड सैलरी। आपको कुछ नहीं करना है, बस आप कॉलम का नाम चेंज कीजिए, आपको दिख जाएगा ये चीज़। तो अब आप देख सकते हैं कि यहाँ पर सबसे हाईएस्ट सैलरी जिसका है वो 1,50,000 है, उसका एज 52 है, मेल जेंडर है उसका मेल, उसका यूज़र आईडी ये है, उसने परचेज ये किया है, और उसका मतलब जो क्या बोलेंगे इनसे, इंडेक्स नंबर इज टू काइंड ऑफ सीरियल नंबर, यू कैन से, नॉट इंडेक्स नंबर। अगर मैं यहाँ पर ये फॉल्स को ट्रू कर देता हूँ, अब यहाँ पर क्या होगा कि ये छोटे से बड़ा होगा, ना कि बड़े से छोटा। तो आप देख सकते हैं अब यहाँ 15,000 आया, फिर 16 आया, 1,48,000 आया, 1,49,000 आया। तो ये ऐसे किया। अब अगर मैं यहाँ पर डिसेंडिंग टू लिखता हूँ, आई थिंक I don't know, there was some problem in that. तो आप इसको ऐसे कर सकते हैं, और ये तो देख ही चुका है आप लोग को। Are you guys there in the meeting?
Yes, sir.
15 people are और अब इसके बाद क्या बचा है? इसके बाद ग्रुपिंग बचा है। तो हम लोग the reason of doing grouping is to like it's not all the time it's not necessary. It depends what kind of analysis you want to do, and after I don't think so that grouping is needed in this particular data set. So I won't be doing it here, but I'll just go through the PPT to show you guys that how it is done. So I'll just read out the statement first, and after that we'll go towards the code part. So grouping data. Sometimes you want to group data based on category and perform calculation like sum or average. For example, summing sales by product category. Sales by category equals to data dot group by. Group by is a function which you will be using to group so here you are accessing a function, you're calling a function group by, uh, which is like you are by category, and uh, like how you want by you want the sales to be sum. So this is how you have written your particular code, and by this you will be able to get a, g- like new column, you can say, um, not column, a result where you will be seeing the sum of sales by product category. So now feature engineering. I hope till this part many of you have understood whatever I have explained. If anyone hasn't, please let me know. Don't be shy. Whatever you want to say, you can say. There is no problem. But just make sure that your words are like fine. सर आउटलायर्स के लिए मीडियन क्यों यूज करते हैं? आउटलायर्स के लिए मीडियन यूज करने का मेन रीजन ये है कि हम उसको रिमूव कर सकें या उसको हैंडल कर सकें। अगर आउटलायर्स हमारे डेटा में होंगे तो हमारा डेटा का जो एनालिसिस मतलब हम जो एनालिसिस करेंगे वो उसका रिजल्ट सही नहीं आएगा। तो मैं इसको इस तरीके से समझाता हूँ, जैसे आप अगर अपने एग्ज़ाम में पढ़ने जा रहे हैं, ठीक है? मतलब आप अपने एग्ज़ाम के लिए तैयारी कर रहे हैं और आपने सब पढ़ लिया, बट आपने मतलब आपने पढ़ा, अपने सब्जेक्ट के रिगार्डिंग भी पढ़ा और अपने सब्जेक्ट के रिगार्डिंग नहीं भी पढ़ा। तो आपने जो अपने सब्जेक्ट से बाहर पढ़ा, जो कि आपके यूज़ का नहीं था, आपके एग्ज़ाम के लिए यूज़ का नहीं था, आप अगर उसको जाके अपने एग्ज़ाम में लिखेंगे तो ऑब्वियस सी बात है आपको रिज़ल्ट नहीं मिलेगा। तो in the similar way, just think, yeah, so in the similar way, if you are going to if you're going to keep your outliers in the exam, you like not in the exam, in your analysis, you are not going to get the good result. Who was the one who asked this question? Khansa. Is she in the meeting or he? Hello. Hello. Okay. So now moving towards the most important part. Uh, it is an optional thing, but I would like to request each one of you to go through this particular thing, and this will help you in most of the cases whenever like you're doing any analysis or whenever you're dealing with different and complex data. So feature engineering is something which is kind of important, but I would not say it's very important. I won't say that's it's important or not important, but it's valuable. So it depends on you, like how well you have understood your data. For example, uh, I'll just take the example of this recording specifically, that if I'm going to download the attendance of this session, so I will be having a timestamp when you joined, when you left, and what duration um, you have stayed in the meeting, what was your name. Yeah, so these things I will be having. But in timestamp specifically, what I will be having is I will be having date, and just within a space I will be having the time as well. So if I want to analyze that, what is the average uh, time of students spending on the session, what I have to do is I have to like do the feature engineering part, where I will be removing the date, because date is not going to help me, but the time is going to help me. For example, um, even if I'm having like um, even if I'm having the duration, um, I'm not going to consider the duration part, because I'm going to do the analysis by myself. It's ये बस एक समझाने के लिए, ऐसा कुछ नहीं है कि मैं उसको कंसिडर नहीं करूंगा. आप इसको इस तरीके से समझो कि जैसे मैंने अगर आपको डेटा सेट दिया, ठीक है, आपके डेटा सेट में एक कॉलम है टाइम स्टैम्प करके, जहाँ पर आई थिंक आप लोगों को पता है कि टाइम स्टैम्प दिखता कैसे है, अगर आप अपने डेटा में देख रहे हो तो. सो मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम स्टैम्प आपके डेटा और एक स्पेस के बाद आपको आपका टाइम मिलता है, जिसमें आवर, मिनट और सेकंड दिखते हैं. तो अगर मैं एनालिसिस करने जा रहा हूँ, जहाँ मेरे को मेरे पास ड्यूरेशन का कोई कॉलम ही नहीं है, बस मेरे को ये चेक करना है कि अगर ये बच्चा इतने टाइम पे स्टार्ट किया है और इतने टाइम पे एंड कर रहा है, तो जितने बच्चे ज्वाइन किए उसमें से सबसे मिनिमम, मतलब सब ऑन एवरेज क्या टाइम है कि जो एक बच्चा एक सेशन में स्पेंड कर रहा है. तो उसके लिए मैं तो दोनों कॉलम्स को स्ट्रेट अवे यूज कर नहीं सकता अपने एनालिसिस के लिए. तो मेरे को क्या करना पड़ेगा, मेरे को फीचर इंजीनियरिंग करना पड़ेगा. फीचर इंजीनियरिंग में मैं क्या करूंगा कि मैं एक स्पेसिफिक कॉलम बनाऊंगा, जिसमें से मैं डेट हटा दूंगा. मैं सिर्फ टाइम रखूंगा, एक टाइम इन कॉलम होगा, एक टाइम आउट कॉलम होगा. और जब वो दोनों कॉलम बन जाए, तो उसके बाद फिर जब मैं एनालिसिस करूंगा, उसके बाद मैं क्या करूंगा कि एक और नया कॉलम बना लूंगा, जिसमें ये रहेगा कि ड्यूरेशन क्या है. तो उससे मेरे को ये पता चल जाएगा कि एक बच्चा इतना एवरेज टाइम स्पेंड कर रहा है. I hope I have explained in the most simpler manner from my side. If anyone is having any problem, please let me know. There are few more things, which is what you can say, uh, mm, in the feature engineering part, and that is normalizing your data by scaling between 0 to 1. तो आप इसको इस तरीके से लो कि जैसे आपके पास क्या बोलते हैं, एक डेटा सेट है, और मैं इसी डेटा सेट को लेके आपको एक्सप्लेन करता हूँ. आप जैसे मान लो कि आपका जैसे ये नंबर है, ठीक है, एज आपका इतना हो गया, आपके पास एस्टिमेटेड सैलरी है. तो अगर आपके पास ये 1500 लिखा है, ये ठीक है, 148 लिखा है, ये भी ठीक है. आप अज्यूम ये करो कि अगर इसके जगह यहाँ पर 15K होता, 148K होता, 150K होता, तो एक मतलब डेटा एक वो नहीं होता, एक फ्लो नहीं होता है समझने के लिए. तो आप क्या करोगे कि आप उसको रिमूव करके मतलब रिमूव नहीं करोगे, आप एक स्केल बनाओगे, जिसमें आपका जो होगा एक 1K इक्वल्स टू 1000 होता है. तो अब क्या करोगे कि आप उसको स्केल कर दोगे 0 से 1 के बीच में, और उसी तरीके से आप अपने डेटा को और सिंप्लीफाई करके और नॉर्मलाइज करोगे, जिसकी वजह से आपका एनालिसिस और इजी होगा और आपको एक बेटर रिजल्ट मिलेगा। अगर उस उसका कोड आपको दिखाऊं तो ये इसी तरीके से, और मैं जो डेट और टाइम वाला बात कर रहा था वहां पर वो भी इसी तरीके से। आप यहाँ क्या करोगे, आपका जो डेटा है पहले आप उसको एक्सेस करोगे, मतलब यहाँ तो आप सीधा अपने कॉलम को एक्सेस कर रहे हो। उसके बाद क्या किया आपने, पांडा का जो पांडा को एक्सेस करने के मतलब टू अंडरस्कोर डेट टाइम जो फंक्शन है वो पांडास के अंदर है, तो आप उसको एक्सेस करने की पीडी डॉट टू डेट टाइम, फिर आप उसके अंदर क्या किए कि आपको जिस कॉलम को कन्वर्ट करना है आप वहां पर वो किए, और फिर आप क्या बोलते हैं अपना पास किए, क्या बोलते हैं जो कॉलम दूसरे फॉर्मेट में। कंफ्यूजन है थोड़ा। No, I'll explain again. I'll explain the next one. So normalize your data, which scales your data to fall between 0 and 1. So I'll explain in a different way. Just give me 1 second. I think I can't do the practical thing for this one because you won't be able to understand. It's just the code to do the whole normalization. But I'll just try to find one good example for you. तो आप इसको इस तरीके से लो कि आपके पास एक डेटा है जिसमें कुछ फीचर्स कुछ नहीं होता, फीचर्स आपके कॉलम ही को हम फीचर्स बोलते हैं, और वैल्यू जो डेटा पॉइंट जो होता है वो आपका मतलब नंबर ऑफ रोज को हम डेटा पॉइंट्स बोलते हैं। फॉर एग्जांपल अगर आपसे कोई पूछ रहा है कि हाउ मेनी डेटा पॉइंट्स यू आर हैविंग इन योर डेटा सेट, सो अभी हमने जो डेटा सेट किया उसमें हम क्या बोलेंगे, वी आर हैविंग 400 डेटा पॉइंट्स एंड 5 फीचर्स। तो आपके पास एक डेटा सेट है in which you are having one feature which is height in centimeter, and you are having another feature which is your income, but that is in different way like 20k 40k 60k 80k 100k, और आपका जो हाइट है वो सेंटीमीटर में, तो 100 150 200 250 ऐसे जाएगा। तो आपको स्केल करना पड़ेगा किसको, अपने इनकम को, क्योंकि आप भाई एनालिसिस नहीं कर सकते। आप जो एनालिसिस करोगे आप वो आपको प्रॉब्लम, मतलब आप एनालिसिस आगे करोगे तो आपको ही प्रॉब्लम होगा, तो आपको नॉर्मलाइज करना ही पड़ेगा चीजों को, मतलब दैट पर्टिकुलर कॉलम को, कि आपका जो एनालिसिस है वो इजी हो जाए। I hope I have cleared this particular thing. If anyone is having anything, just let me know. इसमें एक और चीज है कि अब नॉर्मलाइजेशन मेनली आप कंटिन्यूअस न्यूमेरिकल डेटा के साथ ही करते हो। आप आप नॉर्मलाइजेशन को कैटेगोरिकल वेरिएबल पे नहीं लगा सकते हो। ये भी एक चीज है, क्योंकि कैटेगोरिकल वेरिएबल पे आप नॉर्मलाइजेशन कैसे करोगे, वो हो ही नहीं सकता। दूसरा चीज, अब जैसे हम जब बहुत ज्यादा बात करें कि एनालिसिस, तो हम ये देख सकते हैं कि हमारे पास यहाँ पर एक पूरा कॉलम ही है जिसमें दो वेरिएबल्स, दो वैल्यूज हैं मेनली, मेल और फीमेल, जो जेंडर का कॉलम है, और ये एक कैटेगोरिकल वेरिएबल में। तो हम मेनली कंप्यूटर तो समझता नहीं है भाई, मतलब हम जब एनालिसिस करने जाएंगे तो ये तो समझेगा नहीं कि ये क्या है, वो मेनली बाइनरी में ही समझता है। तो हम क्या करेंगे कि हम इसको चेंज करेंगे, किस में करेंगे, 0 और 1 में। तो आप यहाँ देख सकते हैं कि यहाँ पर लिखा है वन हॉट एनकोडिंग, इफ यू हैव कैटेगोरिकल डेटा लाइक कैटेगरी यू कैन कन्वर्ट इनटू नंबर्स दैट अ मॉडल कैन अंडरस्टैंड। तो हम जब आगे का अपना मशीन लर्निंग मॉडल इम्प्लीमेंट करेंगे तो ये वहाँ के लिए है। तो हम क्या कर सकते हैं कि हम ये पर्टिकुलर फंक्शन यूज करके अ, हम उसको चेंज कर सकते हैं। तो मैं आपको दिखाता हूँ ये कैसे होता है। तो मिलेगा pd डॉट गेट डमीज। डमीज एक गेट डमीज एक फंक्शन है पाइथन में, जहां पर आप अपना क्या बोलते हैं, जो भी कैटेगोरिकल वेरिएबल रहते हैं आप उसको चेंज कर सकते हो। तो अब मैं इसके अंदर जेंडर लिख रहा हूँ और फिर से मैं वन हॉट एनकोडिंग लिख रहा हूँ, क्योंकि हम लोग को रिजल्ट भी देखने। अब मैं इसको रन करता हूँ तो आप देख सकते हो कि सॉरी, ये तो अम, इसको ट्रू और फॉल्स में किया, ये सेपरेट किया। ट्रू और फॉल्स इन सिमिलर वे 0 और 1 ही है, मगर अगर हम इसको चेंज करना है हमको क्या बोलते हैं नंबर्स में, तो वो भी हम कर सकते हैं। वो आपको दिखाता हूँ मैं, बट उससे पहले आई थिंक यहाँ तक किसी को भी कोई डाउट है तो आप प्लीज आस्क मी, डोंट हेजिटेट।
No, sir, all fine, sir.
ओके, एनीवन एल्स? ओके, नो प्रॉब्लम। सो तो जो मैं बोल रहा था कि वो 0 जो 1 में चेंज होगा, उसके लिए हम लोग को एक लाइब्रेरी यूज करना पड़ता है। sklearn लाइब्रेरी है, उसके अंदर एक स्पेसिफिक क्या बोलूंगा मैं, नहीं, sklearn एक पैकेज है जिसके अंदर एक लाइब्रेरी है लेबल एनकोडर करके, जिसको अगर आप एक्सेस करोगे तो आपको अम, वो नंबर्स मिलेगा। तो मैं आपको कोड लिख के दिखाता हूँ उसका। um, from sklearn pre-processing import label encoder। अब मैं अगर मैं अपने डेटा को एक्सेस किया, मैं इस चीज को आई थिंक नीड टू डिलीट दिस पर्टिकुलर थिंग। और मैं इसमें पास किया जेंडर। देखते हैं प्यारे से। label encoder not defined, not possible. अब सॉरी, मैं ये गलत कर दिया यहाँ से. अगर मैं इसको cat to num करता हूँ, v एक्सेस करना था. अब अगर आप देख सकते हैं कि ये 0 और 1 में हो गया है. तो अब इसके बाद अगर आप कोई भी एनालिसिस करेंगे तो आपको बहुत इजी होगा, क्योंकि नाउ यू आर हैविंग एवरीथिंग इन न्यूमेरिकल. मैं आपको इसको डेटा टाइप पे दिखाता हूँ. तो अगर हम इसको इन्फो लिखेंगे तो आप देख सकते हैं कि यहाँ पर भी ये int 64 में हो चुका है, जो कि हमारा क्या था, ऑब्जेक्ट में था. तो मैं अगर दिखाऊं, ये यहाँ पर है. तो I hope that I have covered all the things in this particular session. Thank you for joining today. I will be sharing this particular notebook with you all. And thanks for all of you guys who are still in the meeting till now. I would like to request you guys to please give me a proper feedback. There is one more thing I would like to discuss, but I would like to request Basim on behalf of me to convey this message to you guys. Yes, Hamza, you were saying something. Please say. Okay, I think there is some problem. So I would like to convey this message to you guys, as we were having a good amount of students when we started the session. But now even now everyone can see that just 11 of you guys are in the meeting, and I really appreciate all of you guys for joining today. Even for those who joined and left, that's absolutely fine. I can understand if they are feeling that they are not learning anything. No problem. But for the people who are in the meeting, like just 10 people or 11, what I would like to request you all is, if you guys really want to learn, what we can do is, by collaborating with Tech Hierarchy, we can create our separate group, and we will be interacting on daily basis over there. I will be responsible for teaching you each and everything in very detailed manner. I know the sessions are not good from my end, but I hope you guys can understand. There is one more request: if everyone can turn on their mic and just give me a proper feedback on this, so that me and Basim can decide what to do in the next session. Because even for him and for me, there like, mm, as we are working, we need to do so many other things. um, there are a lot of factors. It's not like we are just coming and giving the sessions. There is something from my end, there is something mm, else. So I would like to request each one of you to turn on your mic today, and please give me the feedback here itself, so that we can decide what we are going to do next. I can remember few of the names, like Tayyib, Gulam, Aisha, and Fatima. Like these guys, even Bilal, I have seen their name in the last 2 or 3 sessions, whichever we had. So I would like to request everyone, please give your feedback here. आपको अगर हिंदी में, उर्दू में, जिसमें बोलना है आप बोलो, कोई परेशानी नहीं. फीडबैक क्या है, वो मेरे को बहुत हेल्प करता है कि मेरे को अपने में और कितना इम्प्रूव करना है, और मैं अपने एंड से कितना और मेरे को मेहनत करना है कि मैं आप लोग के लिए चीज़ों को इजी बना सकूं समझने के लिए. The reason of like coming to this particular boot camp is to help people um, in the data science field, क्योंकि जब आप खुद उस फेस में फंस के बाहर निकलते हो ना तो आपको लगता है कि नहीं दूसरे लोग भी हैं तो आपको मदद करना चाहिए. So in the same way, that's the reason I insist in each and every session to give me the feedback so that I can improve myself. Um, I know I know that like the session was not too much informative, but as you know, the more work we will do together, the more learning we will be having from our side and your side as well. So that is the reason, and I can assure you one thing: if you guys are coming separately by collaborating with the tech hierarchy, um, I can give assurance from my side that I'll improve myself in such a way that you will say that yes, we have chosen a good decision to work with him and to learn and grow. Even I can teach you few of the things apart from this thing, like technical things, which will definitely help you somewhere in your life to grow um, and be a good person. So, yeah, Tayyib, you want to say something?
यस सर. सर एक तो
Yes.
पहले आपसे एक सवाल था लेक्चर के हवाले से, वो ये कि हम पाइथन में अपना डाटा मॉडिफाई कर रहे हैं, तो अगर हम इसको